It's the most wonderful time of the year when brand new Christmassy goodness comes into your workspace. I know you know what I'm talking about. Hey, this is Jamie. Thank you for being a part of this video today. Today, I am so excited you're here, and I am feeling very festive. It has rained and rained and rained, so fall is definitely in the air. But now I have Christmas on the workspace. So what's inside of all this? Well, you can already see. I'm going to unbox it, and basically it means I'm going to unpackage it. And I'm going to be unpackaging brand new Season of Joy from Arden Creative Studio. And this is going to be the highlighted collection in my upcoming December Stories album class. Yes, I am finally going to be sharing and creating a class for December stories. More on that later. In the meantime, I want you to grab something to drink. We're going to walk through this collection. I also have an answer to a storage question I very often get. Plus, I have a little extra make that we're going to be utilizing all these goodies and craft that today. All right, we're going to break this down, and we're going to start with pattern papers because all good collections start with paper. I think I'm pretty convinced of that. So this Season of Joy, it's designed by Katie Petit Designs, and this Season of Joy paper pad is 12 by 12, of course. Even though I don't really ever actually craft 12 by 12, I'm still a huge collector of that size paper. I use it all the time. I'll grab 6 by 8s, and you're going to see another size paper here in a minute, but 12 by 12 is still king here in the studio. There are 12 double-sided papers. There's 2 designs of each, so that makes you have 24. So let's just walk through these so you get an idea. And I'm going to tell you already, this looks to me like a beautiful way to start an album. And then the other thing that I want to share is something that keeps drawing me back to certain holiday Christmas collections is the blue. Now this is very poinsettia eccentric, but blues for me, then they just segue right into December. And I don't always necessarily have to change my collection. Obviously, if you've got Santas going on and such, but you know, something like that, I would most definitely use that in the winter time. So you've got this big, large pattern here. Isn't that gorgeous? This plaid, again, to my point, like how many different ways can we use plaid throughout our different ways of making? Here is a repeat pattern of poinsettias. It's that red and that blue and that green. It's a really lovely contrast. I'm just going to skip here to the next page. See, this is what I'm loving right here. Look at that large text. You've got this distressed paper. This is a very, very lovely, it's red. It's very bold, isn't it? But we're here for it, guys. It's Christmas. It's a festive time of year. We make these, I don't know about you, but my Christmas album is a standout album. It is one that most often gets reached for by my family, by myself. Here for the red. Gorgeous other pattern where you have a lot of distressing going on, kind of a watercolor kind of vibe here. Now, one of the things I want to share with you is you saw me open this package. I hadn't even looked at these papers yet. This is complete unboxing for myself as well. This is a real different kind of a twist on this. Is it quatrefoil? Is that what we call this? Just has a little bit different something. I can see edging some of this with script stamps or with distress stamps and adding that into a page, kind of like this would be right here, right? Where you've got ledger, you have script, you have postal, you have text, fade text, you have this little bit of pattern down here. This is beautiful paper. I'm a fan. And papers too inspire me to how maybe I would come into a solid. I would come into a solid now and I would add some paint splotches, I would add the text, I would add the ledger. So that's a great thing to pay attention to. I'm going to skip to the second one. We have a large diagonal, and that's just a lot of fun. Super fun. Then we have a small red diagonal, but underneath it is a distress. So this has a distress vibe going on. Of course it does. It's Katie's designs. This has a distress vibe going on it as well. And then you have, again, this is kind of like the fun part of these papers here. I love this little, I don't even, it's random polka dot, because it's not obviously in any one order at all. So that's a whole lot of fun. And then we get into this like real classic plaid. Like, can we go back to the 1950s here with this plaid? Because that's exactly where it's taken me. And then we have, yet again, a quatrefoil, and this might be upside down. This might actually need to be, yeah, of course it is. There's the top there. I've been showing these second pages to you upside down, but you get the idea. And so great script underneath, great distressing, great color. It's red without yelling at you that it's red. Here's an all over pattern here, and then we're going to skip into kind of a repeat of that red, but in that, this is to me is an evergreen bough. So I am not swatching ink today. I'm not even, oh, I skipped something. Wait a minute. What did I do here? Oh, I skipped this. Oh, wait. Oh, we haven't got there yet. Okay, get ahead of yourself, James. Slow down. Slow down. You move too fast. I'm not swatching inks today. I will be sharing more details as we get closer to class. The class will not even publish until closer to November. So I'm just sharing today the highlighted collection. So if this is something you're interested in, you go ahead and grab it while it's still available, because you know how that happens. I'm going to share some other additional items around here that I know I'm going to be adding to the class as well. And so just know that, okay? But oh my gosh, my brain just exploded when I saw these pages in front of me. But one of the colors I would for sure use in this collection would be Ranger's Distress Oxide Evergreen Bough, because I think it would really go beautifully with that paper here. Look at this, you guys. These top ones are large tags. Oh my word. That's so great. Oh, those are so cool. Oh, I took both of them out, so ignore that. And then there is the 4x6 here at the bottom in gorgeous, rich patterning. The back of all these is a large kind of a burgundy and red stripe going on. And then journal cards. I call these journal cards or pocket cards. These are all 3x4 here. Great tree print there. And these are all 6x4 here. And then 4 more 3x4s. And with the back of it also being a great diagonal. You've got 2 of these, so you don't have to worry about hoarding your cards because you got a whole nother sheet to go with that. A great blue and green plaid, and then that polka dot again. Right. And we're about done. A large green, slightly different than the previous ones that we've seen. And then a much more muted polka dot. I'm happy to see polka dots, happy to see diagonals in this. And that's all the patterns. And then I believe in good solids. I believe in having complementary solids. These make great bases for the books. There's 4 of each of the colors. These make great backgrounds for our photos, especially if we want to collage them out. These are great for die cutting. I had another thing I was going to share about this too. So obviously it doesn't have to be used for Christmas. It's going to for sure take me through the winter. Real pretty muted green there. Yeah, these are a lot of fun. So to me, these are super important. These are also going to make great bases for embellished clusters. And there's a black. Oh, good. Good for a black. It's more charcoal. Not even sure I'd call that black. And then I wanted to share with you the collage papers, because I have some ideas for utilizing the collage papers in the class. And so I've got to show you these as well. You know, super thin tissue weight, if you will. There are 4 prints of these. And that's really beautiful. What sophisticated patterning. Oh, look at that, you guys. How gorgeous is that? I'm super excited about these patterns here. And then there's one more we haven't looked at yet, and that is the script ledger / red stripe. Right, next I want to share with you the rub-on transfer set. We have 2 sheets of each pattern. A couple of reasons why I think these rub-ons are super important. We have this beautiful pattern here. We have a lot of other floral pieces that we can either use the edges of or the full piece. And you got 2 of those sheets, so, you know, no fear of the hoarding, right? And then here we have this gorgeous stag. He is beautiful. He seems to me like he could just be this real great focal piece. The other thing that's super important about this sheet here, all the words. The words in this are fantastic, and you have 2 sheets of this. So you have things like, and to all a good night, time to sparkle, it's a wonderful life, joy to the world, you know, just the perfect tree. I love that one because I always have a tree story. And dressed in holiday style, and then just all these great words that are good for the edges, for just adding little sentiments, for adding to our tabs. Always important. And then the PET tape is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can tell, but it has a matte sheen to it. It's really pretty. So when you take it off of its tape, you have a backing there, take it off its backer. You have that backer there. And yeah, it's like super sheeny. It's so beautiful. I am collecting some ideas for this tape and how to utilize this, and we'll have some special lessons in the class for the PET tape. I meant to share the 6x8 paper pad earlier. I kind of forgot I got it. And of course, it's going to be the same patterns that we just had, but at a 6x8 version, which is really, really ideal since I work in a 6x8 album for Christmas, and it's just what works best for the way I tell stories at Christmas time. And something I want to show you here in the back as we flip through here real quick is, especially since we're getting into talking about some of the ephemera pieces, is that you have a bunch of punch out die pieces in the back. 2 sheets of this or 1 sheet of this? 2 sheets of these. Okay, so this is going to be great elements for clustering as well. So that's great idea. I love that. Here's there are 2 pages of journal cards for this one, and I think that's everything in this. Okay, so that is a 6x8 paper pad. And then as far as ephemera packs go, there's 3 that I'm going to be utilizing. So the laser cuts to me are definitely ephemera. And I super love laser cuts because there's no border on their edges. And because with the Arden Creative Studio, they are backed with the same pattern. So that's always a fun idea. Look at the coffee cup. Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait. And the other thing that I think is really important about the laser cuts, and you're going to hear me say this again and again here, is the words. Sentiments are so important to me. I've always loved having an advantage of words to utilize no matter what I'm making, whether it's a file card, whether it's a memory dex card, whether it's a card front, whether it's a page. Words are essential, and there is a great assortment of words in all this collection. So let me continue to show that to you here. Let me unpack the ephemera pack here. And the ephemera pack, there's 99 pieces, large, not single-sided. There's that stag again. These are also great elements for really simple pages to our embellished clusters. And again, here's the word. Soon it'll be Christmas. Sleigh bells are ringing. May your days be merry. I think these are fantastic prompts for stories. We'll talk about that a little bit here. Great little tiny tags here for the tags. Merry, some more botanicals. Lots of botanicals in here. And 2, if you're thinking, well, I don't really like the white edge, you're going to see me in this class as well as other classes where I'll come in and I'll add some inking to the edges. Sometimes I'll just come in and actually fancy cut around it to just kind of ease up on the white. The tags here, there is no white edging. This tag here, there's no white edging, so that's super cool. And these tags are absolutely gorgeous. Katie has just absolutely done it again. Of course, tree, remember we had, where is it? The perfect tree. All right, I'm seeing a story come together here with the perfect tree and this tree. Yes, I am. Here's a little tiny baby stag. So you get the idea. There are some more title work words in here too, filled with wonder, naughty or nice. All right. We won't go through every single one. The rest of this is almost all practically words here. So, labels, super important to our making. Are you excited? Tell me if you're excited in the comments, because I'm pretty excited. I have shared previously, Christmas in my mind is just, it's not clicking. It hadn't been clicking yet. And I started kind of messing around a little bit. I think I have a whole blog post on this. I started messing around with some Christmas making, and man, boy, it just like kaboom. It just brings on the excitement. Now, the Season of Joy page makers. Now, this is kind of a new approach to ephemera. It's a bit more straightforward. Where the ephemera, you've got this huge assortment of different elements, right? From botanicals to title work, to tags, to sentiments, to tabs, to labels, right? Lots of stuff. This is a bit more straightforward where there's a lot of words. These words can be great story prompts too. I'm going to tell you right now, not only do we have the singular words, but then we have the sentiment phrases, everything from we believe, naughty or nice, again, Christmas cookies, that's a whole story. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, joy to the world. Got these cute little stars in here with the polka dots. Okay, so stars, big words, elf. See, that's a whole story for me because we're obsessed by watching Elf every year. Hello, December. That's a whole story starter right there. It really is. So, see, I'm telling you, I'm just freaking excited now. Okay, and then our favorite, frames. Frames are great elements to work with, and there are plenty of them in here in all the colors, along with some slides and a great heart shape. Oh, I'm so happy for this heart shape. And not only do we have the positive, but we also have the negative. And that, okay, we need, anyone listening out there, we need a die to be this shape of this heart right here. Okay, there's your design suggestion for you. Then we have some larger title work sentiments here. A few more stars. All right, you get the idea, right? Right. Okay, let me show you something else. I get asked quite frequently, specifically, how do I store my 49 and Market collections? And this is actually how I store all my, what I call short-term storage, things that I'm always reaching for. For example, things like Crafty Garden from 49 and Market, or One Perfect Day, and all the pieces from the class, Floral Favorites, Favorite Things Florals. They'll all those pieces will be in there. And so I'll use this large crafty pouch. This is an exclusive of ScrapbookCom. And the reason I love it so much is not so that I can put everything in it and zip it, because I don't do that, but a 12 by 12 pack of paper, actually 2 12 by 12 packs of paper, will fit into this pouch. As well as my rub-ons, which I usually, I still put them in their little cellophane while I am still in the midst of using them and breaking them down before I put them into my album. Of course, a 6 by 8 paper will fit in here as well. And then I've emptied my ephemera, but just for now, just for storage, I'll go ahead and put, I have another package around here somewhere and I've already lost it. I will put them, and my laser cuts. And this will be a little tight, and I probably actually won't even store this in here because I'll put it here on my shelf next to me because it is tape. So I put that there. So this is how I'll do it, and I will keep them in a crate in a bookshelf, I need to show a picture of that just like this. Very often I'll put a label on the side of here and say what the collection is. But when I'm in the midst of working a collection down, and I'll be working this down pretty good too during making the December Stories album, I'll keep it in here. And a lot of times I will keep this and this on a project cart. So it's just at the ready. And I'm not putting everything away or even putting this in my Ephemera catalog yet because I am in active use of this particular collection. So that was the unpacking part of Season of Joy, but I do still have items that have been around here from last year, even the year before that are still available that I just want to share with you, things because I will start to collect into a large tin everything that's Christmas, and this pouch will fit in there as well until I actually get to the making. So things that I will collect will be these 49 and Market and Sizzix holiday Christmas dies, as well as stamps that I'm going to want to be utilizing. You're going to see these in the class as well. Reminiscence, this is by Elizabeth Craft Designs. This is book 8, and this thing is packed full of gorgeous papers, plus opportunities for postcards and tags and labels and whatnot. So this one's still hanging around. You can see I have utilized it, and I'm still going to be using it because that's a hefty collection of paper right there. These bold numbers, this particular set of bold numbers is brand new to ScrapbookCom, and I will be using these. And let me talk about this for half a second, in case you have this question. The class is just beginning to be started. You can see I've just now gathered a few of the things that I'll be using. That being said, this is not your I'm making a story every day kind of album. I have learned through the years, and I've heard from a lot of my creative friends as well, it's just not something that I can keep up with. I used to, especially when the kids were here and we were homeschooling and it was home every day and the weather outside was frightful. And yeah, I had actually more time then to document and take pictures and tell our stories daily. I don't do that anymore, but I do look for stories. This class will be story centric in terms of the projects we'll be making. We're making homes for stories. I'm also going to share some prompt ideas as well, as long as some other ideas, but I do like to still number my story. I don't know why. So I've got some fun ideas for this, and I probably will even craft this out here before this video is over. Along with that, I don't know for sure, but I may be utilizing these bold letters that are also new to ScrapbookCom, and they have exclamation and punctuation and these large brackets. Great ampersand. There's a lot of opportunity here. So those were just a couple of things that I pulled out already. So let me share one more thing with you, and thank you for watching so far this unboxing for December's Stories Album Class 2025. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is put together, might be a first page of this album. I don't know, we'll see. I'm just kind of exercising the pieces that are part of Season of Joy that are actually really bringing me some really good joy. So I purposely grabbed this frame from the page starters with the idea that I wanted some high contrast going on here with this beautiful background 6x8 paper. So that is my starting place. And then the bold numbers are coming in, and I'm going to sand their edges because it's going to give them just a bit more elevation from the background because the colors are kind of muted. Very sophisticated, just super lovely. And of course, double-sided foam is our friend when we are crafting these clusters. So this is going to serve as my date. I know 25 could be obviously Christmas, but we won't be so confused next year when it's 26. But I am using this for signifying the year. And again, not quite sure where I'm going to be using it, but I am grabbing a label from the Ephemera, and I'm going to kind of use it as a side tab there. It's also going to be based to some layers, and you're going to see how this comes together. This one piece I'm fiddling with here is from the laser cuts. It's kind of like a torn piece of washi. It's super cool. And so it also got a little bit of sanding, and I was kind of fiddling how exactly it should go there. And for right now, it's going to kind of layer over. And then my word phrase simply put, Merry Christmas. Yep, see, I'm still fiddling with it. It needs a piece of foam. And so I needed to get that into place. And now it's going to be much more secure in my cluster. The Merry Christmas super pops in that black and white against all that color. And then this is a gorgeous branch piece from the laser cuts. And I'm going to be kind of fiddling with that a little bit more. It's not quite secure yet, but I have this other branch piece. It's a little bit bigger. And I decided that some of the leaves needed a double-sided foam round. And once I got those in the back of there, it secured everything in place and made me super happy. And then to finish everything out is this postage from the laser cuts. And it says, Hello December. So to me, it really backs up the Merry Christmas. If I am to use this for an intro page, it really, really invites the reader into, this is December. There'll be Christmas as part of it and all the stories that are going to follow behind it. So thank you so, so much for coming to the end with me. If you have any questions about this upcoming class, this collection, please let me know in the comments. Much more information will be coming soon. In the meantime, let's make some beautiful things.